Welcome to another 4K video, guys. Today we're going to talk about how you can diagnose and troubleshoot your car's heater system. The first step we're going to do is inside the car, just talk quickly about the blower motor resistor and the controls. If your car is having troubles with the blower motor on every setting, the chances that you have a blower motor resistor problem are pretty high. I'll make another video about how to test those two items separately. If your car is blowing just fine on every setting, this one works on all of them. If it just works on high, there's a 100% chance, 99% chance that your blower motor resistor is going out and I would recommend replacing them as a pair, blower motor and resistor as a pair. This truck currently, everything's working. The other electrical issue you could have is a blend door. So when you're actuating the door, the best thing to do is just listen for that actuator to move with the vehicle off, or listen to the door. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but I can hear the door moving. So that would be a good indication there's nothing wrong with your electrical systems, nothing wrong with the blower motor resistor or the blend door. The next step is going to be outside the vehicle, troubleshooting coolant problems or flow/restrictions. The first step is we're going to want to make sure that the heat gauge, the temp gauge for your engine is cold, otherwise we can end up with some burns. So we're out at the engine on this truck. We're going to make sure this is cold. The first step we're going to want to do is we're going to make sure that our radiator is full, indicating that we do not have a leak. Just going to want to push down and turn counterclockwise. It'll get to a point where it's really hard. You want to push down as hard as you can and just turn it if you have this style cap. And we're going to check to make sure this one is full. Check for rust or other stuff in there. Make sure it's not milky. Make sure the fluids aren't mixing. And it looks nice and clean. This does look clean. If you do need coolant in there, you can use an all makes, or I would recommend the vehicle manufacturer's spec or color at least, so you don't get confused later on down the road. The next step we're going to do is when the vehicle is warmed up and it is hot, is we're going to come over to the heater core hoses and make sure that we don't have a problem with the heater core. These are the heater core hoses, and when we're troubleshooting a heater core issue with either rusty coolant or restriction or a failed heater core, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to feel these hoses. They're going to be hot. You should have one that is really hot, and the other one should be almost just about as hot. If it's cold or cool or warm, it's not hot. The chances of the heater core being restricted are 99% that's restricted. What happens is the coolant will go in, it'll go through the restriction, low pressure, and it'll cool the coolant down. And you're gonna have to replace your heater core or back flush it. I'll show you guys in another video how to back flush your heater core. If both those hoses are hot, your coolant's filled up, there wasn't any leaks, the next step would be seeing if we have any air bubbles in your cooling system. They can happen if you had a repair recently, or it ran low at one point. So the thermostat on this truck is right here. It's going to be usually on the end of your upper radiator hose. It could be on the bottom as well. When the cooling system is really hot, the good indication that you don't have any air and or leaks is to see if your hoses are stiff when you squeeze them when it's nice and hot. If they're really nice and stiff, be careful. I'd recommend wearing a glove. If it's nice and stiff, that means we're building pressure, coolant's flowing, and the chances of anything wrong with that part of the system is second to none. So if you don't have any leaks, those hoses are hot, and your cooling system is full, I recommend taking your car for a drive and seeing if you can get the air to bleed out of the system. It's going to take a little while for the thermostat to open. It needs to get up to temp, and then it'll open. When we have air in our system, the heater core is a pretty high point in it, and it is pretty far away from the water pump. So you're going to want to drive it and get the flow going and get the air bubbles out. If all of that works and you don't have any leaks, your heater should be working perfectly. I hope this video helped, and I will also make a video on how to back flush your heater core.